Welcome to Monsterevin, which has to have one of the best community spirits. Just right here behind me you can see the Monsterevin Community Centre, and that was refurbished over the last 2 years thanks to all the voluntary effort around. And just down the street we have the Youth Cafe. And when we see the way people and the communities have gotten together for lots of different activities, for the first annual Street Fest last summer, and indeed for the monthly cottage market that is inside in the community centre, all sorts of musical events, it's just absolutely wonderful to see. Monsterevin is home, of course, to Moore Abbey, where Count John McCormack lived, and that's also where Gerard Manley Hopkins used to come to visit. He often wrote about the welcome that he got in Monsterevin and Kildare and how that absolutely sustained him on his visits to Ireland and during his writing time. And of course many of us get a welcome when we come to visit here, and we can't forget those who have come to the Hazel Hotel from different backgrounds and from different cultures, and I know that the local people here have put in place a very good integration programme in relation to that. Just recently, in the last few months, a group have got together to do a taster of water sports, and I joined Deirdre and Pat one evening, and it was fabulous to see so many people out on their kayaks. And when the Blue Way comes through Monsterevin, as it is planned to do, I think that's going to be a tremendous benefit for this area, both to local people who will be able to develop new industries around it, and indeed to people who will want to walk, cycle or canoe down to this absolutely lovely part of the world. Monsterevin has its own challenges, and they're particularly around education at this point. St Paul's, which is an excellent secondary school with some of the best of teachers that you could find anywhere, unfortunately are in a building that is absolutely not fit for purpose, completely overcrowded, dependent on prefabs, teachers without staff room or without parking. There is a new site adjacent to Moore Abbey, but there's been a huge amount of problems and issues both with the site and through the department. Thankfully we're on the latter end now, and we're just waiting to hear when the final tenders will be in and construction will begin in 2020. But it's been incredibly frustrating for the whole community. It's been incredibly frustrating for the whole school community of Monsterevin. Separately to that, St Peter's and St Evans, both the girls' primary school and the boys' primary school are amalgamating, and a new school is going to be built on the site of St Peter's. So we're anxiously waiting for news of that. Monsterevin is lucky to have its own railway station, and that was down to the dedication and commitment of the late Jim Rosney, who put a lot of work into that. So we see a lot of people moving down to Monsterevin from Dublin because of the access issues, and we need to make sure that Monsterevin has the facilities to be able to serve the new population.